So today I'm here to talk about the world of sports, or for in this sake, the culture of sports. So dictionary.com defines sport as an activity involving physical exertion or skill in which an individual or others compete against another or others for entertainment. So basically it's a bunch of guys running around hitting each other for a bunch of fans to watch. That's what we all know and love is football. Again, examples of famous sports have been football, basketball, baseball, track, golf, soccer, unless you live under a rock because that's the most famous sport. But yeah, those are basically those. So, popular sports in different cultures. Again, like I just said, soccer is if you know anything about sports, you know that soccer is the number one sport in the world. Millions of people watch it. I mean, that's just how it is. They play it in Brazil, Australia, over here in the U.S., in Germany, England. I mean, they play it everywhere. Everybody loves watching soccer. So that is easily the most famous one in the world. Now let's jump to here in the U.S. We all know and love what baseball is. It is America's pastime. Again, it's been around longer than my dad, surprisingly, because he's extremely old. But we love it here, and especially in the Dominican Republic, there's a lot of pros that come from over there because they love playing it just as much as we do over here. So if you've ever been to hockey, like my cousins moved up there for a few years, they actually even said that everywhere they went, from a gas station to a store to anywhere, a water park, they love hockey. I'm pretty sure they're used to the cold up there, so that's why they love it so much. But that's just, again, everybody loves something, and up in Canada, they love hockey. That's just how they are. So, and this I didn't know. I thought it was really famous in like England and Germany and stuff, the European area. But apparently, cricket is the number one sport in Australia. I didn't know that. I didn't really know what they do over in Australia besides like ride kangaroos or stuff like that. I've never been there. I've always wanted to go. But they love cricket apparently. So hopefully I can pass that on to you if you didn't know that. So why I don't have a lot of sources on here. So I like to think of myself as a source for this because I've been in sports since I was 4 years old. I've played baseball, basketball, football, and track all years of high school. I mean, that's what I love doing. I love being involved in sports. I even tried swimming for a year just because I wanted to put myself out there. I golf all the time. I love giving myself something to do and something to compete and get better in, and there's no better way to do that than sports. I actually attended, before I went to ICC this year, I attended a university for football. I ended up leaving because it just wasn't a good fit for me. But I do plan on going somewhere else next year. So that's that. This one I'm really proud to say that I've been coaching junior basketball for 4 years now. Yeah, 4 years. I love getting those little kids out there and seeing them make friendships, that be friends with people they've never met, and I love seeing them, work hard and build each other up in the best way possible. So just like everything else in the world, there's pros and cons. Obviously, I'm going to try not to be biased here, but again, like I said, I've been in sports for 16 years now. If you can see, it might be a little hard. There's more pros than cons. That's not being biased. That's me trying to I try to think of all of them. For pros, when you play sports, especially at a young age, you learn accountability and responsibility, discipline, sportsmanship, and teamwork. When you learn those things as a young kid, it's really helpful in life when you get older. And this one I think is the most important one. You make a lot of friendships. I played travel baseball since I was 10 years old. A lot of the guys that I haven't seen in years, I'm still friends with just because I used to play baseball with them. That's just, you make friendships for life. And my coaches always said they played college sports. They even said the guys that they played college sports with, they're still friends with, and they probably will be for the rest of their lives. It's just a great way it's a great way to make friends when you've grinded and you've tried to get better with each other and push each other to get better at something, and that's how you make those great friendships. So now to the cons, which again isn't that long, but there is one really big one that I think everybody understands. There's always a risk of injury depending on what sport you play, but I've played sports since I was 4. My mom, if you think that I haven't been hurt before, you're wrong. I've been to the ER twice. I've had my concussion. I broke my arm. I mean, trust me, my mom wasn't the happiest about it, but she knew that I loved to do those things and put myself out there and get better, even though that there was always that chance. And another one is time consuming. It takes up a lot of time to play. Obviously, in high school, I spent 90% of my time doing sports and school. I didn't really have a lot of free time, but that's how I liked it. That's how I like to do something. And the last one is it can be expensive. Excuse me. Like if you play hockey, I have friends that play hockey, and I've heard their bills. I don't want to pay them, but that's the trade-off. That's what we all love to do. A lot of high school sports, they always pay for your stuff, but other than that, I think the culture of sports is fantastic in itself because it does bring people together. My neighbor, we just moved not too long ago. I've never talked to him, but the other day I found out he was a huge Cubs fan. So now we have something to talk about. So sports are just a magical thing to me, and they're a great part of a culture.